All right, everyone, welcome to the Alpha stream. As we jump into the matches, these are our open bracket teams that have climbed their way into pool play here. Of course, Golden Boy on the mic alongside Walshy, and we got Sentinels versus Alpha Esports from the LATAM region, looking to make their stake here in SLC. But Sentinels, a team that has certainly made a mark here in Salt Lake City with that game that we saw yesterday against Space Station. But for now, let's focus on the action at hand. Two teams vying for a win here.
Look at that. Great job by Noble. Somehow staying alive. 4 members all spawned that carbine from Sentinels. And he's able to duck back and forth in the hallway, getting shots down, laying down damage, and then eventually escaping all the way back towards Whitehall.
And this is a trip cap for Alpha Esports. Hello, I gotta stand up real fast because your boy's about to lose his dang mind over here. This is wild. Alpha starts this one off real strong. Obviously in the blue here. Comes the break of the setup from Noble. LethuL as well, Falcated up on top over toward bunker side here. And this is, you know, a decent push here. Falcated is also going to be weak. He couldn't help LethuL out on that one, so he ends up getting the trade. Yeah,
but at that point, it was just LethuL and Falcated trying to buy as much time as possible. When you get those trip cap scenarios, or as soon as the team gets that spawn trap on you, you just want to get whatever kills you can and buy time that you can get spread across the map.
Yeah, great discipline, by the way, from Acid. Recognizing 2 players are going to be tucked away over toward B, did not want to try and challenge that, so instead goes back to the bunker here, so that this way he can live to fight another day. His job is going to be to hold this B area down as much as he can. Precision can't seem to get a kill. Neither can bubu dubu here at the early parts of the game. They're both rocking some donuts early on. Meanwhile, Alpha Esports, they are hitting, and they came out to play in the early parts of this one, Dave.
Yeah. Acid 5-0, make that 6-1 after that last exchange right there. But off to a phenomenal start as the team has a 100-point lead on Sentinels. You can't sleep on any of these open teams, especially not Alpha Esports here.
No, this is a squad that, you know, has been around for a while. Players that have been around for a while. You probably recognize the names like, you know, Drift as well as Noble, Acid too. These guys have been around for a while here, coached by Nugget too. All players who have competed alongside players like Tapping Buttons in the LATAM region. So these are guys that put in a ton of work to get to this point here. So, you know, Sentinels, they don't take these opponents lightly, but it's very evident that Alpha Esports, they're hitting a rhythm early on that is just nasty. And when you look at the slays, I mean, it's 19 kills for Alpha versus the 6 total for Sentinels. They are getting absolutely obliterated in the slay column.
Yeah, Precision just getting shut down off the start of this game, and a lot of times there's not much you can do when you're getting double teamed, triple teamed in so many situations here. This is one of those maps, Interference is one of those maps that it snowballs out of control really quick, and you don't get much time to get right back in the match. It's only been 3 minutes, Alex, and they're up 158-0.
And at this point now, if you're Alpha, you don't really need to continue to overextend over toward that A area to see if you can flip that. You've got yourself a decent basis. No, you got yourself a decent base that you can work with here. 166 points, and Sentinels haven't even touched that yet. They haven't even gotten a point. This is the first point they've gotten in this damn game. It's been a bit of a clinic for them.
Yeah, but as dangerous as this looks, at any point in time, if Sentinels can get their spawn trap, there's 3 down here for Alpha. This is the most that we've seen down from Alpha at the exact same time. This could start to get dangerous here. Sentinels could absolutely get control and bring this back.
Yeah, it all depends of whether or not they can get these strings of kills that go in their favor, and how does Alpha respond. Of course, Leuor now looking to dip on out of there. He's in a bit of a blender. He's stuck between 3 players currently, so he's going to need to navigate this one. But he does so. He one-shots bubu dubu. Precision still unable to get on the board. Notably here, want to talk about that, but see what happens.
And I really like that flank there from Leuor. Going from top tower all the way towards engine 1, most times once you're down at tower, you're either going to go towards like sewer or you're going to go back towards bunker side, but just quickly dashing all the way across and having that secondary angle. You saw bubu dubu jump down over there near crate and couldn't find him at all.
Yeah, he was certainly left looking. Just some good movement around here, around the rig or interference. Still got to get used to that one. But you're starting to see Sentinels put some points on the board. And this kind of goes back to what you were saying there, Dave, where, you know, a game type like Strongholds, yes, you can have a hot start. You can, you know, drop 200 points right at the beginning of the game. But, you know, at a moment's notice, you can end up losing all of that momentum. But thankfully for Alpha Esports, that is not the case. They're actually going to go for the trip cap here, and they've locked it in. So let's see how long they can hold this. Of course, C is going to be the one that's currently contested. Acid taking some shots from behind. Need to get away from that one. He's going to lean on the pipes, actually. Some decent movement here as well. Falcated in the back ends up getting the kill on one. That was Drift, but look at the tension that's coming in now. The push from Precision as well as LethuL. Precision, though, having a bit of a rough game at the start. You know, got to wake up a bit. Meanwhile, for LethuL, top fragging for the squad currently, looking to see if he can lead this team to victory.
Yeah, just LethuL trying to find where this player's at. Engine 1 is still the location, and he's getting hunted down. That's going to be 2 down there for Sentinels, and not exactly what you want to see. As soon as you get that trip cap, you want to stay alive and find where their spawners are. Instead, Sentinels give up all 4 of their lives, and that's going to be B and C converting over to Alpha Esports.
And again, you know, I think like you got Overshield coming up in a little bit here, so you're going to want to start to make that push inside of A. But really what you want to do is try and take out 1 or 2 players here for Sentinels so you can stagger those spawns, which is what they do. Mission accomplished. They get 1, they get 2. Precision and bubu dubu are down. That's going to leave the 3 players of Alpha Esports to have a bit of a clearer path to be able to lock up that Overshield. Falcated is going to be in a rough spot, but the help comes through there from Acid, and now the Overshield gets grabbed by Noble. So he's going to use this one to great effect here and try and push the advantage as much as he can, force these players back toward bunker.
Yeah, Noble just decided to back away, knows
Smart.
they're outnumbered at bunker, but just gonna try to make this as difficult as possible for Sentinels to push out. Gonna fight them a little bit at engine, push back towards Nest, gonna let them push out towards Catwalk, back up maybe towards Carbine or towards Sewer, every single time making them fight a little bit for each piece of ground that they are taking up.
Drift has a lot of targets that he's going to have to worry about here. LethuL as well as Precision. He gets 1, his teammate gets the other. Yet Leuor finds him, but then there's pressure coming in here from the hall too, and that is going to be, of course, a big kill there. And look at this, what we're seeing. Falcated and bubu dubu able to get those 2 down on Acid and Drift might actually help them out here as they lock up B and C control.
Noble trying to slow this down a little bit, knows that his team's getting spawn trapped over at bunker, gets the nice flank there at bottom tower, tries to help pick up Precision. Yes, he gets it, and that is going to be A and C. Actually, corrected. I stand corrected. Noble's just going to be grabbing C. His team gets cleared out over at A at the bunker.
That's it. I mean, jeez. 250 to 88. Alpha Esports came to play. Sentinels, after what was a raucous game that they had last night against SSG that went down to the literal wire. You end up seeing something phenomenal there. But we'll be right back, folks, and we'll jump in for map number 2. All right, folks, we are back. Map number 2. We're in Recharge Slayer, and this, of course, is Sentinels Alpha Esports. Alpha up by 1 in this series. That's right. If you're just joining us here, Sentinels, they ended up getting just absolutely destroyed in the early parts of that Interference Strongholds game, and now we're in Slayer, and Sentinels need to respond.
Trying to get away with that camo, but we do have Shock Rifle in the hands of bubu dubu. And for the first time in this series, you got a little bit of a Sentinels lead. 2-kill lead, got weapon over in pipes. We're going to have to see what bubu can do with this because they absolutely do not want to go down 0-2 here to start off their Saturday.
No, you do not, especially with how crazy the competition has been here in Salt Lake City. You really cannot give up anything and an inch to any of these teams because they will take advantage of it. Even the squads that are coming out of the open bracket. bubu dubu knew that there was going to be a target around there, which is why he went hunting. He's got teammates around him. Watch out, though, for Acid on the flank because it seems like he might try and make a play happen, but they got eyes on him. They have an idea that something's coming here.
They're surrounded in all fronts.
Yeah, they're
Look how long he's staying alive here. Players on Sneaky, players over Gold, someone towards back Hydro. All these spots just trying to finish off a one-shot bubu. He's buying as much time as possible, but it feels like Sentinels were not able to fully take advantage of that window of opportunity.
And Drift actually ended up going just past one of the players here from Sentinels. This Falcated, he got 2 in front. Now looking to see if they can get this next kill. That's going to bring them within 1. bubu dubu's going to be coming up the steps there. He's got LethuL at Hall, so he'll be joining his teammate in a moment. Drift's going to see if he can set up a little bit of a crunch here, right? You got bubu dubu, who's going to be crouched waiting for an opportunity to strike, and Drift now, they got to sniff this one out. They have to anticipate that there could be some pressure coming from the long haul.
Drift just waiting this one out for a moment. He knows that action's gonna be happening around camo, and somehow he doesn't take the first shot because first off, his spot is still concealed. I really like that he didn't take the first shot, but it's so odd that he gets spotted out by a second player at that exact moment.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Noble on that one because bubu dubu was going straight for that camo, and Noble, nade and everything, ended up just getting tagged and still went after the kill because taking out that camouflage player is that important when the score is as close as it is right now. 4 kills separating these 2 teams here. LethuL, though, finds Leuor. Decent target. It's going to be marked, and one shot, but he does have the support there to back him up, so the fight's going to continue here, and LethuL doesn't have the help to be able to stand up against these guys.
LethuL overstaying his welcome there. Sometimes you gotta finish that finish that kill quick, or you just need to back away.
Yeah.
Staying static like that, they are going to reposition and re-engage that fight, and they had the numbers, so Alpha Esports doing a great job just buying that time, and LethuL did not react properly there.
But you know what, though? I also got to give some credit here to Sentinels as well, Walshy, because there are many opportunities where Alpha Esports look like they're going to try and push their advantages. They will do everything they can to yank that lead back in their hands. But Sentinels are holding firm here, right? Especially in those situations where they're holding hands. You got one or two players that are, or two or three rather, but in this case, what we saw in Elevator, two players kind of grouping together, playing around the information that each other is providing one another. They're doing a good job of it. They're keeping this one within striking distance here for, well, Alpha's keeping it within striking distance. But for Sentinels, though, given how the first game went, you couldn't have asked for this one to be any better.
Exactly, and then here's bubu flying in once again. He's been focusing on getting this grapple, it feels like, on recharge here. This is the second or third time we've seen grapple in his hands along with shock. And he is not afraid to fly.
Right? You can move around so freely,
yeah,
right? So it makes sense why he would continuously... I've never seen anyone go after it as much as he has, but you've been seeing him make some pretty decent plays with that piece of utility.
And I like the mix of playstyle. You know, when you have that shock rifle, you're trying to create as much distance as possible, but he's not afraid also just to grapple in where he knows someone's weak, where he has the shot or two a shot advantage, and just help finish off that kill with his DMR, or with his bandit.
Big pickup there for the camo with Noble. Bubu dubu. Got to stay alive, and Noble ends up seeing exactly where this is. So he knows where the information, or he's got the information as to where these guys are going to be, and they have no idea where that camouflage player is currently going to be located, but they end up just getting all the kills that they need, and now they're within one kill, Alpha Esports, of being able to tie this one up.
Yep, and they're going to know where the spawns are at. They had Hydro block, they had Elevator block, they know what's coming over at Pipes. Now, how do they decide to set up this trap? They decide to just hold one end and see when Sentinels poke out?
Yeah.
Or do they decide to go on the offensive? And it looks like offensive is the play here. Leuor over at top glass, ready to attack. We got Noble with his own secret attack coming in over at the bat ledge. Has to back down now.
Actually, like the fact that they were playing more of a contained strategy. The problem was that Sentinels read that one beautifully, and they managed to keep their numbers up while at the same time identifying where those targets are going to be. That led to a 3 down, and now Acid just having to hold things down by himself, but the pressure coming in from that control side means that he cannot stay alive, he cannot play his life, and his teammates now are going to be on the receiving end of what they just tried to do to Sentinels just a second ago on the blue side of the map here. They are pinned. They get wiped out. 3 down yet again.
Yeah, bubu just taking everyone out there, though. I believe in that Shroud, ended up getting a stick and a double kill. LethuL, cleanup duty, takes out Acid over at the Mangler pit. Up now by 7. This is a comfortable spot for Sentinels.
Yeah, and I actually got to go back to that play that happened over toward the yellow side of the map when Alpha Esports were playing more of a pinch game, trying to contain them within yellow, but they could not find those kills. Ever since that exchange, you have seen Sentinels just continuously push forward with the kills, and they have been very successful. Now they have that 8-kill lead. What was once a 1-kill lead, and I think in an instance for a brief moment, even a tied game for Alpha Esports now has gotten completely out of hand for them.
Yeah, this one just started to spiral out. I felt like when they had that trap over at Pipes, that was their chance to basically equal out the game. Yeah. That was their chances. Could they go like a 4-for-1 or a 4-for-2 and make this game about even? Instead, Sentinels break out of that without any punishment and now have a 6-kill lead.
But the thing that has been very good for Alpha Esports has been this guy with the camo, man. Noble has been clinical with this piece of utility, the power item that you see him using right now, the camouflage he just picked up. And they got to do a better job, Sentinels, of keeping that particular item out of his hands, because when he gets it, he has managed to make some big swings happen for this team. We just were talking about it was an 8-7 kill game, 7-8 kill game, excuse me, for Sentinels. Now you're down to just 2, just off of that one play by picking up the camo, and then Noble finding the scraps and picking off those one-shots.
Yeah, and Sentinels happy to break out of Pipes once again. Did not want to get trapped in there. They're going to take over a couple of their locations, such as Control. And now Noble knows that they're in control, but what can he do about it?
Yeah, he's got no nades to be able to support, so anything that happens needs to come from Sentinels pushing out here. And then there's no one really focused on the cross. Actually, it turns out there was one, and Noble ends up getting one kill, but Precision's there for the second. Can someone actually catch Precision, who's one shot running away here? Nope, he cannot, and he gets out with his life for the time being. Smart play here, playing the green gun around the corner, anticipating some kind of aggression from Alpha Esports, and aggression he got. And even though Alpha Esports get a few kills out of that one, it's still going to be a lead for Sentinels.
Only a one-kill lead, and we're back to even here. We're going to have to see what happens with this upcoming Camo. This could very well decide the game. Camo coming up in 9 seconds. Who is better set for this? I feel like you got to say Alpha. You have too many players from Sentinels all just stuck over in pipes.
Oh,
Alpha has way more of the map under control, but Sentinels do have a kill. They have a man advantage. How are they going to press this? Leuor already has Camo in hand.
Yeah, so he's making the calls, right? Acid knows, all right, I'm going to anticipate that this person's going to be coming through the control door, and Drift is there to back his teammate up. So this should be an easy pick for them. Now we're within one. And they're calling out where that Camo player is going to be located, which of course is going to be toward elevators. And look at where Sentinels are, all tucked away, Dave, inside of yellow.
How many times have we said this already, GB? Feels like Sentinels many a times just get trapped over here in pipes due to the control of Alpha.
He needs help, though.
Camo out. No real strong advantage here. It's just going to be who can push in better in the spot. Found the breakthrough right there. Leuor breaks through, kills Precision at
That's the
top
lead.
gold. Gets the second kill. Now Alpha have a lead at the most critical time, very end of the game here.
Yeah, I mean, I was worried that Noble wasn't going to be able to stay alive there to get that Camo, but Leuor ended up, you know, look, at the end of the day, you keep it away from your opponents and you're good to go. And if anything, Leuor did exactly what he needed to do. He had Camo, he got a few easy picks on players that were one shot, and now they're in this great position here. One kill to be able to win this, but for Sentinels, they can and will fight out of it. They just need to find where that gap is going to be located, and it could come in the form of that shot that Falcated just pulled off against Drift.
Yeah, I mean, the benefit of pipes. Oh my god.
They got the lead again, 48-47.
47, make that 48 apiece here with Acid getting that remote detonation.
Oh,
Lethal behind enemy line, gets picked off.
No one's pushing, someone's batteries.
How is Precision going to gather? Gets out through
They're going to
the
push
stairs.
Okay,
And
so
we are
Acid's going
now
to be
in a
helping.
spot we're stuck in pipes one more time, just like the very beginning, middle, and now at the very end.
I know.
Sentinels are going to try and win this game from the pipe side.
It's a 3-act play, man. It's pretty wild. And everything seems to end here right at the pipes. Players are going to be tucked away over toward that.
I like this play from LethuL and bubu, though.
Yeah.
We just need to push out. And based on that outline, it looks like bubu might have shock. So they want to give bubu a chance to close this game out.
No one's going to be picking up that Camo. This game is going to end with someone going after that Camo. So you cannot make a risk like that happen. But look here. Oh, Precision. He's actually trying to get the kills off him. He was weak.
Does not want to equalize this. Oh my gosh. Gutsy challenging that right there. Just so many times grenades can hit so hard over in the pipes.
Drift. He's half shields. Oh man, the tension's on. Noble gets it! Noble gets the Camo! He's gonna go in there and potentially backpack. That could be huge, and Noble do it! We didn't get to see what that final kill was. I came in the form of Acid, taking out Precision in pipes, Dave. Alpha's up 2-0 right now in this series.
And this is not a situation I expected. We are gonna have to check out exactly how these pools could shake up if this upset comes to life, because most of the times when these teams are coming through open bracket, you expect, especially these juggernaut squads in the top 8, to not drop a set to
something
the open
I do want to make note of, though, Dave. Precision, a weak game coming out of that map 1. Map 2 absolutely lights out. 18 kills for him, but it did not result in a victory. Alpha Esports, they are up 2-0 against Sentinels. That's right, folks. Your ears do not deceive you. We'll be right back, and we'll see if Alpha can close this out 3-0 against Sentinels. Welcome back, everyone. Map 3 now, live fire. We got some action going here. It's going to be some oddball 2, and you got Alpha Esports 2-0 over Sentinels at the start of this one to kick off HCS Salt Lake City. Golden Boy and Bravo on the mic. Let's see if Sentinels can bounce back.
Bravo here, and we're going to see what we got going up next on the bottom of the rat tunnel.
Wait, did I say Bravo?
You said Bravo.
I said Bravo. Holy crap. Dude, honestly, it's 11 a.m. and it's way too early for me. Walshy is here with me, unfortunately. But we'll continue. I got to have my coffee, man. I just got it. You know, lay off on me. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this situation here, Dave. Because honestly, this is not what I had expected when I woke up this morning and saw the schedule that we were going to cast this match. Wait a minute. Noble, be careful, buddy. You're walking into lethal. Okay. So what the hell is going on? From in your experience, right? What is happening here? Is it that Alpha is punching up above their weight class, or is it Sentinels really struggling to shut down these Alpha players?
I feel like Alpha are just playing incredible. You're seeing all these no-scopes, right? You're seeing these players just shoot out of their mind right now. It's a combination, too, that you're not seeing the absolute best or perfect Sentinels right now. I mean, this is an early Saturday morning match for them.
Yeah.
They're coming through, and not saying that they're taking it light, but they aren't treating this the same as like a Saturday evening match or a Sunday match. Instead, they're saying, all right, let's get out the jitters on this first match, go through the motions, because they basically would have to play this match and not have to play again until around 1 or 2 p.m. So I think Sentinels absolutely getting caught off guard right now, and Alpha are taking advantage of every moment of this.
Yeah, it's like Sentinels woke up. They're like, oh, we got to go ahead and play this game. Yeah, they're a good squad, but, we got this. And then Alpha's like, we're all for blood. Like, that's
well, also, I saw Falcated Precision in the lobby right before I left to come out to cast this match, and they looked ready. They looked, they weren't taking it lightly. I asked about the match, and like, yeah, they're good. They're not going to take this one light, but I don't think they were expecting Alpha to be playing this good here and put them to the test this hard.
Yeah, and I think too, right, that hot start that they got on Interference Strongholds really sets that tone for them, because that has to be such a motivating thing. You're in this situation, you're playing against 4 phenomenal players on Sentinels' team that could have very well defeated Space Station Gaming in their own home turf here yesterday, and instead now they're having to figure out, well, how the hell do we stop the speed, the aggression that we're seeing here from Alpha Esports? And look at this. Noble gets himself another camo. I tell you, this probably might be one of my favorite players to see use the camo, because he's so efficient with this piece of utility.
Yeah, just moving across the map perfectly, just laying down the shots. Let's see if he gets any assist pickups there. Looks like at least one player picked up in the center. That was LethuL going down. That's going to be Sniper in the hands of Noble. What can he do with it, though? Gets picked off by Bubu's Plasma Nade. Where'd Bubu throw that from?
Yeah, that came from downtown.
Was he in the rat tunnel, did he, throw that up through the vent and then just push over scoreboard?
Oh. Yeah, but then how the hell did he get over to door so fast?
Just sprinted over to the rat tunnel.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually, we have to go back and watch the VOD.
I'm not entirely certain, but
go back and watch the VOD, everyone. Heard it here first. All right, here. Now, of course, this is still going to be early days on this. 67-15 presently. Alpha Esports, though, more than halfway on this first round. And we've oftentimes seen teams, right? We saw it yesterday with Cloud9, where they had a hot start, 2 maps that they were able to win, back-to-back in rather impressive fashion against Shopify, and then they kind of just crumbled in map 3. Like, they got that first map,
it was map 3 round 2, where Shopify, they just got their groove, and that's the dangerous part about these top teams, is you can have them feeling like they're down and out. You have games 1 and 2 victorious, and then round 1 also in your favor, but then as soon as they get that momentum, as soon as they get their swing and their flow, it can be over. But right now, Alpha Esports, nothing is pointing to that right now. It just seems like it's so dominant every single time. They're rotating this ball correctly. They're getting all the kills across the map. They're winning all their fights.
Yeah, and they're making some intelligent decisions as well, right? And they were able to scoop up a lot of time with that ball. Some great plays there from Alpha. Now it's going to be Sentinels' time here. See if whether or not LethuL and the gang can manage to muster up enough to come back into this one. Alpha have made it very, very difficult for them, but this green setup might be what the doctor ordered.
LethuL trying to keep over some nest control, keep some top control. He realizes that if this garage setup is going to be broken, nest and bridge is going to be a part of that. Can't tell if bubu has moved this all the way over towards the green, so they can get a play ball. We'll see. But that's going to be another camo for Noble.
And the big win there from Acid.
Ball did not get over towards green.
Oh, it didn't even get played. Oh my goodness.
They didn't get a chance to get over towards green. I think there's just too much pressure over from Nest and Bridge that bubu felt
that's the round.
Confident to run that over. But yeah, I agree. I don't really see a way that Sentinels can break this setup in the last 8 seconds. They're just going to rotate this over towards green.
And
get
that's
the last second or two. And that's going to be round 1 here for Alpha Esports. We are one oddball round away from Sentinels potentially being 3-0'd by the open bracket Alpha Esports.
Dave, what am I supposed to do with my hands here, man? I wasn't trained for this. I was told, that Sentinels should you know, statistically speaking, be the squad that comes out with the win here, but instead, Alpha Esports is putting themselves in a phenomenal position here. Let's not forget that Sentinels 1-1 in this one, and ascending baseline 0-2. So there is a very good possibility that if Alpha can manage to pull off this win here, they put themselves in a position to get second place to go in a winner's bracket, which would be wild in that group. Granted, that is, of course, if they lose to Space Station Gaming, but, you know, we're talking about Space Station Gaming. I think, like, a majority of us predicted them to win the event. But again, hey, I witnessed Gen G lose in Korea, so, you know, anything's possible.
Noble gets another camo. Just, I would love to stay on his POV at some point.
He's so good with him.
Before to understand how he sets up for it, because I can't tell if it's just, you know, he's that perfect puzzle piece for his team where they're all set up outside and around it that enable him to grab that camo, or if he's just doing something special or specific where he sets up before to get a kill and then lead in and get that camo.
Something that I'm noticing is his patience. That's what's sticking with me here, is that when he goes into a lot of these fights, he does not try to get crazy with his shot. He'll just stand still and he'll wait for the targets to make themselves available to himself. And he puts himself in those positions. I mean, look at him. He's literally doing the same thing right now. Like, he is just constantly putting himself in these spots to find success. And then when he does not, he bails out of those fights.
I love that right there, too, by Noble. Not chasing bubu all the way towards that dummy door. I realized it's too good to be true that bubu was going to get help before he got help, and Noble backed away before Falcated could get that pick off from top tower.
40 points have been gained for Alpha Esports so far.
Enemy has the ball.
One round already earned for the squad. They just need one more here, but a big fight for bubu. Dubu's going to keep himself alive here. Ball's going to be up for grabs, but it's Drift and Leuor that are going to be fighting around this one here. Dubu can't stay alive. The one-shot call's coming through, so expect someone to try and pick this player up. But look at Noble on the move. No one's played that ball. It is sat pretty much static for the entire time, and he's got it. So he's going to keep this one going, and they're going to keep holding this down over to inside of the garage. They have not brought this over to tower a single time, Dave. I don't know if you've noticed that.
No, they've just kept it, like you said, over towards this garage side of the map. Here's Noble getting ready for a new camo. Drops the ball over at scoreboard. Who's going to win this fight? If we're looking at the pass, it feels like Noble's also always walking away with those camos, so I was going to put my bets on Noble, but it looks like Drift and crew clear out Falcated. Get the grab on that camo. No
one grabbed it. It actually didn't pop up
just yet. It did not pop just yet. Now it is up. We're going to have to see if Sentinels can get control of this camo and maybe actually swing it in their favor for once. Here it is in the hands of bubu dubu.
I think it's like one of the first camos that Sentinels have been able to get. Honestly, even from map 2, they were struggling to get the camos there as well. So this is kind of a sigh of relief, if you will, for Sentinels. But they got to be able to use this one and take advantage, because as it stands currently, Alpha Esports are halfway from being able to accomplish a 3-0 here at Saturday at SLC.
Yeah, and bubu just he saw 3 different players, knows the 4th one's over at Bags, and just feels like he can't do much. He can lay down a few shots, but feels like he is not there quick enough to help save a teammate. Some of those swings is what Sentinels needs right now. He needs to get that pick so that Falcated doesn't get picked over at Garage, and then they can 2v1 the next fight, but instead, it just feels like Alpha are doing such a good job exchanging kills.
Noble's got the crosshair covered, so he's going to let Leuor just walk right in, and he's got to keep his discipline on that aim. He sees the target too. That's LethuL trying to make some noise over toward that camo side of the map. You also have top mid control too, but Noble's not hitting those shots, and he knows it.
Such great target switching. Even though he's not hitting these shots, you notice that Noble, he gets an engagement over at Silo, then focuses over on Bags, then focuses over at Keydor. Every single time he's engaging what he thinks is a brand new target that's not going to be as focused on him, not going to get that first immediate shot because they don't know his exact perfect location.
You always want to make yourself a hard target in this game. Commending Formal for that yesterday in the matchup against Quadrant and how good he was at being able to play his life each and every time. Noble has been very impressive in this series, undoubtedly. But now you're starting to see Sentinels gain a little progress here. Bubu Dubu has the opportunity. Once pressure comes through, you're going to see them play that ball. And that's why, I mean, the patience that we're seeing here from Alpha Esports, the discipline has been so impressive. And this actually might end up being the kill. Bubu Dubu, though, big win there for him. Stays alive, but Leuor is on the hunt, got the target, and they wanted to try and play that ball on the green side. They still have another opportunity to do it in the form of Acid and Drift, who are going to start to push out of this garage now. Precision, he's got eyes on it. He's got to get to that ball, maybe play it, but he won't be able to. And now it's going to be Alpha Esports with control.
Yeah, I think bubu, after he got that first kill, was feeling himself a little bit, was thinking, I got to be clear at this point. We had too many kills before this. I got to get help beforehand, and I felt like Sentinels did not push on over towards green quick enough. I don't think it... I think, retrospectively, looking at it, bubu should have played it, but I also think the bigger call there is that Sentinels need to get to green faster. Someone needs to sprint faster. I don't know the exact situation spawns.
Oh, look at the way that they're trading out players in these fights. So smart, keeping Drift alive here. They only got a few seconds left. Alpha Esports can pull off the upset of the tournament here. He might be able to take down Sentinels 3-0 to kick off Saturday. Can he get that ball played? Only a few seconds. He's milking every single point he can get out of that one. And now you're just 7 points away from Alpha Esports getting this dub. But bubu dubu does get the camouflage, and there's no way that Sentinels are out of this one quite yet.
Now, what do Alpha do in this situation? Are they going to force it? Are they just going to try to scrap this last few seconds, or are they going to go for a wave of kills? And it looks like Sentinels trying to close this gap a little bit more. bubu sprinting over, does not get the back smack.
No.
Does not, unfortunately, get the back smack. I heard the audio cue.
He hit the wall.
Hit the wall, maybe? I don't know, but it sounded like a back smack to me.
He has no idea how close he was to instant death. Oh, my word. Okay, but Sentinels, though, they're playing this one inside of the garage. They're going to try and set up an iron curtain here to prevent them from being able to push inside. bubu dubu tries to send that nade back, but it doesn't work out for him. Here comes Noble, gets the kill. They got to do something with this one, but LethuL, he'll hold on to this ball. You got two players down, Falcated and LethuL. LethuL can't stay up. He's down, ball played.
Yeah, cannot risk not getting that play ball there. Sentinels already towards bomb center, trying to get angles, make sure this ball is not scooped up right away. They found one player. They know he's over in the tunnel. Acid just keeping it down low. Doesn't know where his safety is.
Go to a teammate.
Run towards
Run,
dummies.
Billy,
2
run!
seconds, 1 second. That's going to be a 3-0 for Alpha Esports over Sentinels. Now, this
Holy
is
crap.
going to shake up pools quite a bit, GB.
What do I do with my hands? This is insane.
This is pure insanity because, as you said before, Sentinels now 1-2 in pools. Now, we're either going to be in a situation where I believe Space Station is going to be Alpha, but who knows? Salt Lake City pool play has been absolutely madness.
I don't know what's in the water out here.
But I believe we're going to be in one of two scenarios. We're either going to see a three-way tie if Ascend baseline can take down Alpha Esports, and we're going to have to go to a game count between Sentinels, Ascend, and Alpha. Or you're going to see Alpha Esports beat Ascend baseline, go 2-1, and secure their second spot in the pool.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, at the end of the day, what matters is that Alpha Esports came to play. They pick up the win. They take down Sentinels out of the open bracket. Folks, we got plenty more Halo action coming at you in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. HCS Salt Lake City will be right back after this.